Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here with us today because we're exploring something that is just profoundly moving and honestly incredibly spiritually rich. Today, we're setting out to unpack the deep philosophical meaning behind a highly revered text. Our source material points us toward a composition that is, well, it's so much more than just words on a page. It's a powerful, divine tribute to an eternal spirit. As we go through this explainer together, my biggest hope is that we can truly appreciate the energy and the profound message woven into this text. We're going to look really closely at what it actually means to be a living manifestation of truth and courage. Okay, let's dive right into this. Our foundational starting point is this incredible central quote, Khalsa Mero Roop Khaas. As our source material highlights, this powerful Shabad or divine hymn serves as a direct and just breathtaking tribute to the eternal spirit. The words themselves basically translate to the Khalsa being a very special, specific, and true form of the Guru. But, it's not just some poetic statement. It establishes an immediate, unbreakable bond. It tells us that what we're about to explore isn't some distant, abstract concept, but a very real, tangible presence. This quote literally anchors everything we're going to learn today about this divine reflection. Section 1, The Eternal Spirit Awakers. So this composition is actually designed to be a catalyst for a deep soul awakening. When we talk about the Khalsa in the context of this text, we're talking about an active, vibrant energy that stirs something fundamental within whoever is listening. It's meant to kind of shake us out of our daily routines and awaken this higher, eternal spirit that resides right there inside of us. To truly achieve that awakening, the source explicitly mentions how crucial it is to set a divine atmosphere, specifically through Waheguru Simran, which is the meditative remembrance of the divine. I actually want to ask you to take a deliberate pause right now. Just for a second, appreciate this spiritual framing. Imagine that atmosphere. The text suggests that the profound truths we're about to uncover can only really be grasped when the mind is centered and the environment is just steeped in this divine resonance. This meditative foundation is exactly what allows your soul to actually connect with the powerful words of the Shabad. Let's move on to Section 2, Khalsa's true divine form. Let's see how this builds, because every single word in this composition reflects a divine message given directly by Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. The text moves us from that meditative preparation we just talked about right into a clear, totally uncompromising definition of what the Khalsa actually represents in the eyes of the Guru. And this brilliantly illustrates a core contrast. Think about it. In our mundane world, it is so easy to reduce profound concepts to just an identity, right? Mere labels, social categories, maybe historical definitions. But the source reminds us, very emphatically, that the Khalsa is a living form of truth, courage, and righteousness. It's not just a badge you wear, it is a reality you live every single day. It's truth in action, it's courage in the face of adversity, and it's this unwavering commitment to righteousness. Which brings us to Section 3, Living Truth and Courage. So the crucial point is, having established that this is a living form, how do you actually embody this eternal spirit? Well, the text isn't vague about this at all. It gives us very precise attributes. We're essentially looking at the anatomy of a spiritually awakened soul. To truly embody this spirit, the source says one must possess these core traits. First up, fearless. We're talking about a complete absence of worldly fear because the foundation is entirely spiritual. Second, pure. This means an internal clarity and righteousness that is just completely uncorrupted. And third, and honestly, perhaps most importantly, directly connected to a Kalprak, the timeless being. It's this direct, unfiltered connection to the divine that actually fuels the fearlessness and maintains the purity. These aren't just, admirable human traits. They are the direct result of a soul completely elevated to the eternal spirit. Section 4, Army of the Timeless One. This is where we elevate our narrative to its philosophical peak. We've talked about the internal attributes, right? The fearlessness, the purity. But to what end? What is the ultimate divine purpose of possessing these characteristics? Well, here is that defining phrase from the source, Khalsa Akal Purakhi Fauj, the army of the timeless one. Let's really deeply unpack this. This means the Khalsa operates with a direct, uncompromising connection to the timeless being. When you are the Fauj, or the army of the divine, your courage, your truth, and your righteousness are not serving some earthly king, or a personal ego, or a worldly agenda. No way. Your entire existence and purpose are derived strictly from Akal Purak. Because of those pristine traits we just explored, this army becomes the ultimate, direct manifestation of divine will on earth, standing totally firm for righteousness with the eternal backing of the timeless one. Now, what's really interesting about this is the profound poetry of this specific line.
Bergatil Khalsa Paramatam Ki Maj. Our source highlights this as a massive key concept. It tells us exactly how this divine army actually comes into existence. It translates to the Khalsa manifesting directly through the joy, the will, and the divine pleasure of the Supreme Soul, Paramata. The Khalsa wasn't just some historical creation born out of worldly necessity. It was a literal cosmic event brought forth by the sheer joyful will of the divine. It perfectly underscores that this living form of truth and courage is a direct, intentional gift from the Supreme Soul.
We've journeyed through a truly remarkable text today, from setting a divine atmosphere all the way to understanding the fearless, pure army of the Timeless One. And that brings us to our final thought, which features a direct, deeply introspective call to action right from our source material. The text asks, will you let this Shabbat awaken your soul and connect you with the Khalsa spirit? It's asking us not just to study these concepts intellectually, but to let them resonate deeply, right down into our core. Will you allow that living form of truth, courage, and righteousness to awaken within your own life? It's an incredibly powerful question to carry with you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Until next time, keep seeking, keep learning, and keep reflecting on these profound truths.